What's going on, everybody? Sega Man back with another short hangouts, checking in, seeing on what's going on with the Xbox family. You know, I do this once a week, see how everybody's doing, man. Hope everything is well. You know, got a Thursday, almost Thursday afternoon. Going to get ready to go into the weekend. What's up, other Zinc, brother? What's going on? You busy, bro? If you ain't busy, if you want to come on with me, let me know. If you want to just stay in the chat, it's up to you, brother. Just wanted to do a little bit of chopping up with some gaming. What's been going on this week? Probably ain't that much, but you know how we do, other Zinc. Got to check in with the brothers, man. Got to check in with the Xbox family, bro. You know how it goes. You know. Glad to see my brother, other Zinc, up on deck. First one on deck, man. Other Zinc is always on point. The brother is always on point, man. You know, much respect to other Zinc, brother. You know, want to give a shout out to him. My brother Hebot, I hope he's doing well. Him and his family. Oh, okay. I'll send you a link, man. I'm not gonna be on here long, Zinc. Probably about an hour. But I'm gonna go ahead on and send you a link, man. If you can come on for a few, that's all. It's all good, man. Let me send you a link real quick, brother. Give me 1 second, man. Send brother Zinc a quick link here. You know? Zinc is always on point, man. Send him out the link real quick. All right, Zinc, you probably got it, man. If you can come in, bro, it's all good, you know. What's going on, Zinc, man? What you been playing, brother? What you been when you have time, because I know you work also, you been playing anything, man? Let me know, man. You know. I'll tell you one thing, Zinc. I've been going back and forth, man. You know, Game Pass is really pleasing me, brother, to be honest with you. It's just really been pleasing me, man. Games after games, back to back, and Game Pass, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I just downloaded and played a little bit of what was that I played? Yeah, the JoJo Bizarre. You know, the JoJo Bizarre fighting game. Now that game was out at one time, Zinc. You probably know this. On the Sega Dreamcast. And I never got around to getting that game. I got every other fighting game. Never got around to Age of Empires. You're going to be playing that tonight. I seen, who was it? I seen Tuck playing that. I think I seen Tuck trying it out a couple days ago, you know? And that looks pretty good, too. I might actually give that a shot. I'm not really into those type of games, but what the hey? Might have to give that game a shot. I also downloaded RoboQuest. It's in game preview. Looks like a good shooter. So I might try that out. And of course, Hi-Fi Rush. You know, do you know that they're still talking about that out here, bro? They're still talking about Hi-Fi Rush, man. How salty they are. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're still talking about that game. It's amazing how a system that doesn't have any games, right, is affecting the gaming community. It's amazing how Xbox and the Xbox community and, you know, Xbox as a general has no games and it's on a downward spiral, but it's affecting everybody. The games that we don't have that are coming out that they want. Isn't that crazy? I mean, the games we don't have, like, we don't have Hi-Fi Rush, right? But Hi-Fi Rush is affecting the Sony trolls and, you know, all the naysayers out there, right, man? And Zinc said Hi-Fi Rush had the media scared and Sony fans scared. Yeah, I know. I don't understand it, Zinc. You know, I mean, for a system that is just needs to do more, right? For a system that needs to do more, Microsoft needs to improve Xbox. Xbox needs to prove themselves. I don't understand all the hoopla, bruh, about Hi-Fi Rush. I still don't understand. We need to, we don't have any games. We need to do well. What else do we need, Zinc? Oh, we don't have enough AAA exclusives, Zinc. How, Zinc? We just don't have enough, Zinc. The Xbox doesn't have an identity, Zinc. But I thought we thought Halo was an identity. I thought Gears of War was an identity. I thought Forza was an identity to what Xbox can do. State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Hellblade 2 coming to an Xbox near you. What's up, Deploy 619? Thank you for checking in, my brother. You know how I check in once a week, sometimes earlier. You know, been busy this week, my brother. How are you? The point is that they just don't want to. It's the benign neglect. What's up, Mr. Chemo on deck? It's benign neglect. What's up, Peltrex in the house? They just don't want to admit, guys, that they're upset and in their feelings because we're eating good over here, man. They hate when I say that. They hate it. But we are. Look at all these games we just got in Game Pass. Age of Empires 2, Zinc is going to be playing. Let me give a big shout out to the chat real quick. Other Zinc, Deploy 619 on deck. Mr. Kima on deck. Tango Games Works confirmed no PS5 version never was in development for Hi-Fi Rush. Thank you, Mr. Kima. Thank you. And I don't know how many times the brothers out here, the Xbox brothers, have to always point this stuff out, like my brother Unlimited Productions, you know, my brother Hebot, and of course, my brother E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, and Sega Forever and 100, amongst others, preaching that gospel of Xbox. You know? But every time you turn on YouTube, guys, Peltrex in the house, have no fear. Brother Peltrex is here. That's what's up, man. Glad you're here, brother. But brothers, when you turn on, you know, YouTube and you go to search for shows or whatever, you always see Xbox needs to do more. Xbox is almost there, but they need to do more. They don't have enough exclusives. It's not fair that Starfield is not coming to other consoles. You know, different things like that. Is Starfield coming to PS5? I don't know. We'll have to break it down in my video and find out. You know, all the clickbait. It's crazy how these YouTubers out here, these content creators, put up such a thick invisible wall when it comes from the developer's own mouth that you're not going to see these games on any other system, but you still want to go out and wish and hope and pray for games like Starfield. It's very simple. This is what they don't understand, guys. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. If you want to play these great games that we have over here on the We Bleed Green side, you're going to have to buy an Xbox, okay? You're going to have to buy a laptop that I'm doing my podcast on. All right. You're going to have to buy, or if you already have a cell phone, you're going to have to get into cloud gaming. You're going to have to get Game Pass if it hurts you so much to buy an Xbox console, man. There's my brother, other Zinc on deck, man. I got to get him in here, man. Zinc, what's up, big baby?
Hey man, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? I missed the last part. You said YouTubers out there doing something.
YouTubers out there, I was saying, Zinc, you know, people are happy about Hi-Fi Rush. They're happy about the game right now, but you always see these YouTubers out there, Zinc, these content creators. Well, Xbox still needs to do more.
hmm
They need more AAA games.
hmm
Is Starfield still coming
hmm
to other consoles? And Zinc, brother, it boggles my mind, bro. Sometimes I'll be at work, Zinc. I'll be working. I'll be putting my grind. I'm thinking of stop. I was like, man, I don't understand these YouTube dudes, man. They keep saying all this stuff, and they know that these games that are on our ecosystem are not coming to other systems, but they still want to have some glimpse of hope, Zinc.
hmm And they so deceptive, man. And you know, let,
Go on
I'm
ahead. Yeah.
I'm ashamed of some YouTubers, and the deception put out there by the media is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And let's dissect IGN real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that video by that Ryan McCaffrey clone, that female that
Oh,
answered that asked all of Ryan McCaffrey's stupid ass questions, and she looks stupid in the process. Only two intelligent people that know the bullshit of IGN. But you know something, man? Let's put it this way. First of all, everyone, and I'm going somewhere with this, everyone on the internet bitched about Halo Infinite, okay?
mm-hmm.
And everyone was diving off the cliff with all of these, um, all of these sayings and all of these insiders talking about where Halo is going and what it's not doing, et cetera, et cetera. And
Yes.
it caused Pierre Hintz to stop his Saturday and address it formally. Okay, that's a boss that's addressing it and
Right.
saying Halo isn't going, Master Chief isn't going anywhere. We're still going to make multiplayer, still going to make compelling stories. Then you have people jump on there and say, no, that's bullshit. You know, this dude works there. They say, no, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Then a full week almost passed. Phil Spencer, and now everybody is hating on Microsoft this whole week. Then Phil Spencer does an interview with that Ryan McCaffrey clone from the 60s, that chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he says emphatically that Halo isn't going anywhere. So what happens the next day? They right back at it again. Jason Schreier, the internet's fearless, stupid ass leader,
Yes.
okay, does
Mm-hmm.
what journalists do to cause controversy on the whipping boy, the one that everybody loves to hate. You know, Ice Cube made a song about people that they love to hate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they regurgitate all of the same bullshit. Case in point, that stupid ass Ryan McCaffrey, along with that jackass Paris. Now that girl that Flip Money don't like, Thelma, he calls her, I believe, and the jackass Destin Legary.
Yeah.
Now they act like IGN just didn't have this interview with Phil Spencer, and they go right in on Halo and how it's a somber moment, and oh, this is it's just so horrible. I can't believe they're doing Master Chief like that. Okay, after you just had a boss, a seven-figure salary boss, tell
Mm-hmm.
you Halo isn't going anywhere on your damn channel, and then you have a show a few days later on the demise of Halo, and you never reference one time what Phil Spencer just said to your damn colleague.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Fact.
choose to reference Jason stupid ass Schreier, a known Xbox hater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they didn't mention him one time. Okay, not once did they mention him or that interview. They just went off their speculative nature of a journalist. This is why I have zero respect for them. I wish Ryan McCaffrey would try and match my intelligence. I'd fuck him up and everybody with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I'll never forget. That's why Luca, Nash, and Luca, even though she had a podcast, pissed me the fuck off. She
Mm-hmm.
has a forever pass for me because dude Brap, he was going off on me because I was going off on Ryan, and he insinuated that I'm not as intelligent as Ryan McCaffrey. And I looked at my phone and I'm like, really? But before I could go in on, I was just about to type in on him. Dash and Luca jumped on the show. It's like, bro, you don't know other Zing. You don't know his level of education. I
Mm-hmm.
wish Ryan McCaffrey would step on one of our shows, like Paris Lilly jumped on New Legal show. I would wear him the fuck out with facts that I don't have to Google. Okay. Now back to Paris and all of these clowns. They did all of this somber shit, dude, and nobody referenced what Phil Spencer said. And another thing, here's a fact, and this is how deceptive the media are, and most YouTubers. Neil Druckmann had an interview and said they're done with Uncharted.
Yeah.
He said we're done with The Last of Us unless we find a compelling story. What does the internet do? Try and drum up ways that Uncharted could come back and The Last of Us could come back and other studios could make it. Nobody said how they fucked up, because if you have something that's going good, you don't cut it off. You keep it going.
Right.
Because that is your cash cow. You won't hear Coca-Cola company discontinuing Coca-Cola and just gonna go ahead. We'll just run with 7-Up and shit, right?
Right.
No, they do. You keep your number one product going forever. It's a reason Halo has been around for 24 years. 24 years, dude. And just listen to people when they talk. Listen to them when someone says something as fucking dumb as reboot the story. How do you reboot all of that history?
Right.
And then, hey, Sega man, they come up with solutions of how to make Halo better, right? With offshoot stories. Hey, jackass, that's what they've been doing to Halo for 24 years. Where the hell you think we got all of this lore from? Stupid ass. Dude, I'm looking at the third encyclopedia right now, still in plastic, because I haven't had time to open it up yet. Could you, hey, Sega man,
Yeah.
could you please tell me a game that has an encyclopedia attached to it? And all these son bitches, man, they sweeping down story is so important. Is it? And then the girl that Flip Money called Thelma, she actually compared Joel and Ellie to the Master Chief.
What?
Hey, bro, I can't make this up. There's no comparison whatsoever, dude. What are you talking about? You're talking about a franchise that's worth $5.5 billion. Hey, Sega man, go to your boss. I don't know how much your company is worth you work for. Say, hey man, I think we should discontinue all of this shit. Fuck how much it's worth. Yeah, we should start over, and we should start making wallpaper and shit. You know,
right.
We should just change course, fire everybody, bring some more people in that don't know shit. And then here, Ryan McCaffrey, he's so deceptive, dude. Everyone and all of the media, just listen to him. Everyone knows that most of 343 is ex-original Bungie employees. And here's another thing. And now, see, they don't know where to look to find this kind of information, but 343 has over 1,200 employees. And during the pandemic, they hired more employees than anyone, okay, just to push Halo through. Same thing that they did for The Last of Us 2. They couldn't finish it, so they brought on 14 different development teams to bring this game through. I didn't hear Jason Schreier talking about I didn't hear him talking about any contractors then.
Yeah.
And people that's in the chat, Deploy, Channel, Mr. Kima, Kairu that just jumped in here,
Yeah.
Paltrex. Listen, the next bridge you drive over, no contractors, several contractors built it. Okay, just know that. Since people want to imply that contractors are not a part of the team. Okay, the
Mhm.
building that you sit in, whether it's your home, no contractors built it.
Yep.
Subcontractors built your home. Okay, the office building that you walk into, even if you working in the Sears Tower, there were subcontractors that built the damn building. Okay, see, Ryan McCaffrey, Jason Schreier, they play on the stupid. There were contractors that helped with the first Halo all the way to the last Halo. There are contractors that work at Rockstar. Okay, they don't stay around. It's a temp agency. Haven't you worked with somebody at your job from a temp agency, Sega man? We all have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
it's
Definitely.
temporary employment. It goes on all of the time. Okay, but they make it seem like it's something that, oh shit, this is such a big deal. Sup, fire boss? They act
Our
like
boss.
it's something revolutionary that never happened before. But see, when you have somebody like myself and like Dr. Vaca, we know Halo through and through. Okay,
Hmm.
dude. And now they talking about Kiki Wolfkill, change positions or left 343. What's the other guy's name? Frank O'Connor left
Yeah.
343, right?
Yeah.
Joseph Staten left 343, right? And I told you guys before, keep Bonnie Ross hired um, what's his name? Joseph Staten a long time ago, long before he ever was officially signed on to Halo. And she was using him to deploy if something bad happened.
Uh-huh.
What bad happened that nobody cares to mention? COVID-19 happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Now everything is a wreck because nobody is working together anymore. Totally changed the methodology of doing business across the globe. So who better to put in that place? Someone that has done that. They found Bungie in Chicago, say, hey, I know a company that's making this game, you know? Nobody even knew what the fuck it was. So they bought Bungie, took them from Chicago, moved them to Washington, and they transformed Halo CE in 9 months.
Yeah.
And that's what you got. Okay. And they cut out information from that. It's something that goes on. But Jason Schreier said they cut this out, they cut that out, they cut this out, like it's never been done before. Hey, let's stick with the biases of the internet.
Hey, say,
Where's yes,
hey, man, real quick, I wanted to let you know I did watch that
watch what?
interview entirely with that cave girl
Talk about it. Damn,
with
cave girl.
Phil Spencer,
Correct.
brother. That was so disrespectful, bro. I mean, that
Was it not? Sega man,
that
talk
was
about that
very
shit.
disrespectful. I couldn't believe the shit that was coming out of her mouth, man. That was very disrespectful to Phil Spencer, man.
Dude,
Very
it
disrespectful, dude.
wasn't it? I mean, it was hard to watch. I watched it, I think, 3 times.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch the first time. The first time it was very difficult to watch that, you know.
She was, yeah, she was just very well. What do you think is going to go on? What's going to happen? When I was watching that, I'm like, man, she's very disrespectful, dude. I
Mhm.
mean, he was keeping his nonchalant, calm, and cool, answering her questions, but she was just very disrespectful, like you guys said. I'm like, man, this bitch is this is terrible, man. This is very disrespectful to Phil Spencer, man, for real.
Yeah. And how about when he gave her a solution and she said, she told him, what did she say? I don't believe that, or I'm not satisfied with that, or something
Something
to
to
that
that
effect.
extent, yes.
It was insane. And here's Channel with his bullshit. Check this out. Perfect quote. If I had a nickel for every Halo is dead video, I could buy Bill Gates.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, dude, hey, if he couldn't buy Bill Gates, he'd be maybe a dime short.
Mm-hmm.
because everybody hate this game. Hey, and think about it this way, Sega man. Speaking of channel, think about it this way. Everybody hates Halo. Everybody says it's failing. Oh, I got to commend Ryan McCaffrey because he taught me something for the first time since he started working at Xbox Magazine. He taught me one thing yesterday for the first time ever. I've been saying Halo has been in the top 20 for 13 months, right? 13
Yeah.
straight months.
Yeah.
He corrected me. He said it's been out for 14 months. I guess he caught me in a lie. I'm glad Unlimited didn't see it. 14 straight months this game has been in the top 20.
Yeah.
But it's a
Up to you,
failure.
man.
And,
Yeah.
and you know how people praise Apex Legends?
Yeah.
Hey, I looked it up while everybody was killing Halo this week, and the last standing was Halo was 16, Apex Legends was 15, and Forza Horizon 5 was 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know what wasn't in the top 20? That great game. What's that great game?
Oh, that
Uh,
where you-
that destroyed Unlimited's favorite game, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment. What's in, since he ain't here, I'm a dog. I'm gonna get his
is it
ass.
Forspoken?
No, no, not Forspoken. The one that destroyed Horizon Forbidden Entertainment that came out. Um, it came out right after Horizon Forbidden Entertainment dropped, and nobody was playing Horizon Forbidden Entertainment because of it.
Not the Latin. No, it ain't
That Souls game. What the hell is the name of that game?
Oh yeah. I forgot. I know which one you're talking about. I know exactly.
How
Which
can
one.
we?
I
We
can't
must
remember
be.
the name of it. I know what you're
We
talking about though.
we must be getting
They
old.
made a big deal about that game. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Elden Ring. Is that it?
Is it Elden Ring?
I think it is. Is it Elden Ring? I think it is. It
That's
is Elden Ring. There's our boy
yeah.
showed up. Deploy and Tool Man
Boy
said Elden
said,
Ring. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Elden Ring. Elden Ring is not in the top 20.
Nope.
So I guess that game ain't shit. Hey, when are people gonna dog that game out?
Never.
And as far as I can see, I don't know. I don't know if Elden Ring has microtransactions, but Halo does. It have some. It gets paid in so many microtrans. It's a reoccurring profit that Sony don't have. That's why they shit don't work. And you
Right.
see where Sony has what do they have? They cutting 20 games from the PS4 service.
Mm-hmm.
Where's everybody at, Sega man? Where's Boomstick? Where's Dealer? Where's Gaz? Where's Colt Eastwood? Where's everybody at? Where's Rand? Where's Jez? Where are they at? Where are they at to say how bad Sony is for actually selling? I want you guys to go to Walmart. They selling a PS4 for $349. So you have these people buying a PS4, and soon you're going to cut 20 games out of your PS Plus service that's for the PS4. Is that what you're telling me? So they're making you buy a PS4, and in a couple months it's going to be short of games from PlayStation Plus. Where's everybody at?
Right.
Where's everybody at that was bitching about Xbox Live? You remember that? The
Yeah.
whole internet was burning.
Hey,
You know?
Zeke, if Uncharted's doing so well, why are they discontinuing it?
Sega man, you tell me. Dude, are you kidding? If something is that great, if Ellie and Joel are more known than the Master Chief, why are they discontinuing that?
Right.
Where's Jim Ryan? Where's he at saying, oh no, we're going to continue The Last of Us and Uncharted. The game is too important. It must not be important. I don't see McDonald's discontinuing that damn cheeseburger.
Yep.
Okay, you don't discontinue those golden fries. You don't do that. You know, my fault. My phone was ringing.
That's okay.
But
Sorry.
yeah, you know, where do you get that?
Yeah.
This shit don't add up, dude. I had another one that's blatantly obvious, dude. And the thing is, dude, nobody is talking doom and gloom. Nobody.
No.
So you take what's supposed to be a beloved friend. Oh, and then they pull that same shit Uncharted, like that puppet talking to Phil Spencer. Did you see the Last of Us show? See, this is why I want
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah. When
Greenberg.
I heard her say that, and he said something about the Halo thing, she tried to compare it, bruh.
Dude, Sega man, this is why Aaron Greenberg need to do these from now on. Because Aaron Greenberg would have probably said, Halo show, they had more views than The Last of Us. What you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, hey, I thought the Halo show was great. In fact, it was so great, they already upped it to a second season, and they liked the outcome. It was their best show. We got a third season out of it,
Right, right.
and shut her ass down. But that's the methodology of Microsoft. They always had that McDonald's service of "Thank you, sir, have a nice day," or Chick-fil-A. Now Chick-fil-A has adopted McDonald's service deal there. You know, they
Right.
all service. No matter what you say to me, I'm going to have a smile on my face and give you what you want. And Microsoft was never combative. Why do we
Nope.
have to be combative? And they say, we're a $2 trillion company. What are you talking about? But now all of these people are coming up with these, you know, Ryan McCaffrey, and I'm sticking with them because that's what was on their podcast Unlocked. Ryan McCaffrey, Paris Lilly, Destin Legary, and Thelma, they all had solutions on how to save Halo, a game that has been around for 24 years
Mm-hmm.
and has been in the top 20 for 14
Hey,
months.
yeah.
He bought better not come in here because hey, it'll be curtains for everybody if that dude showed up. And I hope he didn't see the bullshit that I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
You know, but dude, I mean, I can't. It's unbelievable. It was something else that's going on that nobody wants to talk uh, about Sony. Hey, Sega man, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, brother, sure.
You know, Microsoft ain't shit in marketing, right? You let
Nope.
the internet tell it.
Nope.
Could you tell me when was the last time you saw PSVR being marketed for Sony? Isn't that
Man, I
PSVR
forgot.
2 coming out?
I even forgot about it, man. You don't see nothing out there in the gaming streets about that at all. I don't see nothing. Zilch, Zada, nothing.
Nothing. And here I called Tool Man in a line. He just showed up. Great things are on the horizon, on the horizon with 343 Studios and the Halo franchise! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
He lying because the internet says otherwise. Even though Pierre Hintz said we're going to create great stories, even though Phil Spencer, a seven-figure income guy, over here talking about what Halo means to Xbox, period.
Yeah.
What they mean. He was emphatic about it. But that don't mean shit. We'd rather listen to Jason stupid ass Schreier. He knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this joker don't work at Microsoft. Dude, you don't know shit. You know,
he
that
about
shit's
said,
crazy.
he about said, he said, I love when Zinc goes on on the Xbox marketing.
Hey, dude. Hey, man. But you know, you can't make some of this shit up, man. I
No,
mean,
man.
you just can't make it up. But Sony is just clean. You know, nobody says shit. Oh, and how about this last bit of deceit? You watched that interview, Sega man. What did Phil Spencer say about E3?
He's what did he say? I
It
forgot.
was it was glowing. It was glowing on what he didn't even say I'm on the board at the ESA. He said the Xbox is on the board
Yeah,
at the
yeah, that's right.
ESA for E3.
And
Okay,
Zinc, and I heard Zinc real quick, brother.
go ahead,
I don't know
man.
how true this is, Zinc, but did you see where they're saying that Phil said they're not going to be there?
That's what I'm talking about. He just Phil did not say that. He never said that.
That's what I mean. I seen it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he said this is why I tell everybody when a boss has an interview and it's something you can watch or hear him say, please don't listen to a written synopsis of what happened. Please don't. because you're going to get misinformation versus hearing a person live. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like that when my boy Ramo showed up. We talk about this shit all the time. But here's the
What's up,
thing.
Randall? Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. He just gave an interview with IGN. Okay. He just gave that interview about what the ESA and E3 means to Xbox. Okay. He gave the most glowing presentation of how important E3 is. So what does IGN do? The damn near the next day, about 2 days later, they release an article right after their Ryan McCaffrey looking colleague
Mm-hmm.
did a interview with Phil Spencer where we all could see it. What does IGN do? They turn around and mislead the public, and the public and YouTubers fall for this bullshit. And remind me if I don't say something about Post Up.
Yeah.
Remind me, but I don't want to lose this thought here. So IGN gives this interview, right? And a few days later, IGN releases an article. The big three aren't going to E3. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are not going to be at E3. E3 is dead. E3 is dead. So everybody runs with it. And then, of course, we all know what's going on. They're trying to promote Jeff Keighley again. Here's the way you could check out. Now, I want everybody to take note. Everybody in the chat, take note of all of these YouTubers that are going to E3. Okay? When you guys get there, I don't want you to say shit about Microsoft since they're not there, right? Am I right, Segment? So
Right.
since all of these people talking all this shit, when you get to E3, when you come back or you do a show from E3, don't you say a damn word about
Yep.
what Microsoft
Yep.
has because they're not there, right?
Right.
I'm going to tell you something. The video game, he bought notice, the video game conferences actually started with the Consumer Electronics Show, but they got too big. So they came up with E3. E3 is still getting bigger. There are more games now. So the convention.
I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. How you doing?
So the convention center it's big enough, but Microsoft has more shit. So they're doing a show directly across the street.
Right.
Okay, directly across the street in line with E3. Okay, it's not that they're distancing themselves. We have a building right here where people do conferences at in this building. So we're here right across the street from E3.
Yeah.
It's like it's 356 days in a year. Oh, so they randomly pick a weekend where the E3 just happens to be going on or some shit. What the hell's wrong with these damn people? And then you have, I'll put it to you this way. Over here in Chicago, okay, we have this building when we were younger, all of us, my boy Ramo included, called the McCormick Place. That's where the auto show was. Okay.
Mhm.
Now McCormick Place is big as hell. Okay. This shit huge. So what do they do in Chicago? They built another McCormick Place, Sega man. You know where they put this bigger bitch? Right across Lakeshore Drive. Right across the street.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, of course, you guys probably haven't been here, but you can't walk your black ass across Lakeshore Drive. You'll get hit by everybody coming and going. So they built a walkway that goes from one McCormick Place to the other. And the new McCormick Place is frigging massive. Okay, it's much bigger than that other big ass McCormick Place. But when they have conventions, they have them in both buildings because shit is bigger now.
Mm-hmm.
So because Microsoft is holding a lot of their things in their building, oh, they're not going to E3 and they're across the street. How deceptive is that dumb shit?
How stupid is that?
Brother Zink.
Get in there, Hebot.
Hey, brother, listen, I really need to get in touch with you, like in a first base, on a first one-on-one basis. Hit me up on DM so I can give you my phone number so we can
Listen,
talk.
hey, Sega man, listen to this dude. DMs. He know I don't do that shit. What's wrong
I
with this
need
guy?
you to. I need you to. I need to talk to you about something, brother. It's just,
Anytime, dude.
it's that
Anytime. You should have my number, but what's that? The guy's name, the green dude, Unlimited have it. E-Rock have my number.
okay. No, because
I think Sega Man have it too. Sega Man have my number.
I think I do. If I
You do. You do.
I'm trying to stop in real quick, but I'm going. I got a bit of a family crisis right now.
Hey man, you handle your
So
business. Me and
it's
Sega Man handle this shit.
tough.
You can call me later.
Yeah. But real quick, I wanted to say because I can't put it all in the text. I was gonna put it in the chat. That person that wrote the article was the same dumb hippie bitch that interviewed Phil.
Unbelievable.
You understand? So what she did was, I guess she was salty because Phil said Last of Us was I when she was trying to act like it was the best thing ever. Got upset, right? And then skewed his words because what Phil said was, he said it clear as day. We already have our show ready to go. We know what we're going to show, right? But what Phil also said was that they have to wait on the board of the ESA, right? For the for E3 to do all the schedulings because they have to fit in all the publishers that are going to go, right? That's what he said. So because he said that, they try to skew it like, oh, so it looks like the big three ain't going. No, the big two in your mind is not going because they can't afford it. And so you want to include Microsoft because you think that's funny because you're trying to make Phil look like a hypocrite and a liar because he said, oh, we have a show ready to go, but we're not sure what's the right date to show our, keynote. And that's what she tried to pull with that IGN fucking article. That shit is a bunch of ragtag bullshit. Dog shit journalist, gaming bullshit journalist shit that she pulled. Fuck that bitch. Okay? That's number one. And then number two, you're absolutely right, Brother Zig. The Electronic Gaming Expo started as a electronic show for the like the stores, like the big stores, like the Best Buys and the Walmarts. And that's why the CES is for like the privatized companies. That's where they make the big deals with the big wigs, right? But then what happened was, it was never about video games. What happened was, one year, if I'm not mistaken, it was when they did, I believe it was Nintendo and Sega when they first showed up, and they showed some, the console they were making. I believe it was during the 8-bit, and it brought in a big reception. Like they were talking about it, they were like, "Oh wow, look!" Or I think it was the 16-bit era. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but that's what made it get bigger. Like other things said, the audience were coming in droves. More people that were from other stores and other private people were coming in, and then they wanted to open it to the public because they always open it to the public. I think 3 days after it started.
Yeah, my boy went when it was in Chicago because CES was here.
when it was in Chicago.
And my boy Zink Griffin went.
Right.
But go ahead. Long time.
So I just wanted to cement what you said, that you're absolutely right, because it started, a lot of people don't know that it started just as a show for the electronics, that were coming out for the stores, for, like places like Target, Best Buys, because CES is for the private people, the investors and shit like that. You get what I'm saying?
To see what they want to order from the stores.
And who wants to invest in in that item that they show for that year. There's a difference. People think, well, CES wasn't like to show off the electronics. So what's the difference between the electronic gaming, electronic expo? It was called the Electronic Expo, not the Electronic Gaming Expo. Then they later changed it to the Electronic Gaming Expo because they saw they were getting more views and attention with the gaming stuff. You understand?
And it dwarfed CES. I mean, big time. It's way bigger.
Oh yeah.
Way bigger.
For real, it got so big that it got bigger than what used to be the biggest, which was the Tokyo Game Show. The Tokyo Expo from Japan, right?
Yeah, right.
That was the biggest show every year. And then E3 surpassed it.
Hold on, are you talking about the one that Sony skipped? That's in their own hometown?
Right. No, but I'm
Okay.
talking about back
Hey
in.
man, I'm just asking.
You know how it is when it first started. It
Mhm.
was the Tokyo E. This was their E3 over there in Japan. That was the
Mhm.
big
Oh yeah.
the big shit. Every time you go into the magazines,
Yep.
all the news came from there. It wasn't
And we
E3.
look forward to that, dude.
Absolutely.
I told you guys. I think you were on the show the last time I said this. My boy and I, we went all the way up to Arlington Heights, Illinois, just to buy a Die Hard Game Fan magazine.
Yes. Yeah.
that bitch. It took us like an hour and a half to get up there.
Yes. Game Fan magazine was one of the best.
Yep.
One
And
of the
hey,
best.
and that's where I got that. It was I bought the Japanese version of Streets of Rage,
Yeah.
and it had a RAM card on the top of it. I bought two of them that day. It was a long ass time ago. I bought one for myself and one for my cousin at the time.
What's up, Rain?
Yeah. Yeah, man. But you spot on, and Dia, we will talk about that. We talked about it a second ago, but I'll mention it again. And you almost made me forget. But no, Heba, go ahead and finish what you had to say because you got more things to do.
Well, no, basically, I was going to say you were spot on. And what that Game Fan magazine, that was one of the best ones out
Yes, it
for a
was.
long time because it had like the best picture quality, paper, laminations with illustrations, articles. That was like the best, better than Game Pro. It was better than Electronic Gaming Monthly. A lot of people didn't even know about that magazine.
Yeah, that was a great
Which
magazine.
they later became, I think it was called, because I have a few issues still, I believe, at home. It became Gamers Republic.
Gamers Republic. That was another one. Yep.
That was them. When they transitioned from Game Fan, they became Gamers Republic.
Yeah, man. I got rid of all my magazines. I had a wall full of magazines in my garage.
It sucks because you had to get rid of all that history because of space. I get it. I know. I did the same thing. I did the same fucking thing. Listen, I got to give a big shout out to our brother Poseidon because he was ADOS, because he was the one who like sent me that article from RGN. And he told me, I want your thoughts about it. Look at this bullshit. This hippie chick completely skewed what Phil Spencer said. And people are out here running with it. I was like, of course they are. Because they're just trying to do it in defense mechanism for their baby, Nintendo and Sony. Because as long as Nintendo and Sony don't go on Xbox Go, they know it makes them look bad. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, you probably can't see the chat, but Dia said, Heba, I hope everything goes well with your family.
Thank you. Bless your heart. So, bless your soul, honey. It's really, the boys can fill you in later on. It's just something I can't say because it's too delicate on air because we got too many fucking weirdos and insensitive and retarded people that just act like they're true when they're like 50 and 40. And because they got nothing else better to do with their lives. And there's just some things in life that you can't make a mockery of because there has to be a fine line. And these dudes are just too many bad and dumb people. And that's the only reason why I don't share it out loud. But you'll know, we'll talk, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So like I said, I just wanted to drop in real quick to say that because it was too much to write in the chat. So you guys keep killing it, and I'll keep listening while I'm out here in the streets, driving back and forth. All right, guys?
All right, brother.
All right, love you, brothers. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad he jumped in. Hey, back to Post Up before I forget. You still there, Sega Man?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Okay, back to Post Up before I forget about him. Okay. Everybody was jumping out the window, right? Yeah. And I told you, I think we were on the last show we were on. I said how Next Gen, he's for the Captain and Coonan now, but he gets a forever pass also because he saved my life. And Ramo in the chat, I was on the ledge, dude. I mean, I was standing on the ledge, ready to jump. And my boy Ramo calls. He's like, no, don't jump. It's this one guy in 2013. You know how it was doom and gloom for Xbox in 2013, right? He was like, it's one YouTuber that's hyping up Xbox. His name is Next Gen. So I was like, oh, okay. I was outside ready to jump off the ledge and just end it all. Okay, so fast forward to this week, right? Everybody is jumping out. Microsoft isn't going to E3. Halo is dead. Everybody is believing Jason Schreier. So
Right.
I'm listening to Post Up yesterday, and he starts talking about some of this shit. And I'm like, oh no, not you. So I sat by the window. Now, I wasn't going to jump, but I was sitting by the window. I was thinking about it. The Post Up snapped off and just jumped out the window, him and Mello, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting by the window, looking out the window. I'm like, damn, it's a long way down and shit. I could get hurt, right?
Yeah.
He didn't fall for it. He said, no, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm going to hold off and wait and see what happens about this E3 and wait and see what's going to happen with Halo. That's what it was in the Unreal Engine. He's going to wait and see what happens. Okay. Everybody jumped off the ledge, dude. Everybody. And I'm going to tell you something, man. This Joker, Killer's Haven 82 said, next gen 720, who? More like next fraud 24/7. Oh my goodness, that was good.
He doing everything, man. That dude, man.
Yeah, he all over the place, man.
That dude, man.
Yeah, sometimes I'll listen to Next Gen just to get a laugh for the weekend, especially when Post Up jump in there. But when J-Dub take over and it get too crazy, then I jump out. But that shit is funny. But Next Gen tell you up front, hey, I'm for the capping and the cooning.
Yep.
He ain't trying to be serious like some of these cats on the internet. Now he could get serious, but sometimes he won't do it. But everybody just jumped out the window, dude. And I just can't I could believe it, but it's blatant. It's blatant how they cover one thing or another.
Yeah.
What's up, Rain G4? I think we missed a couple people that just jumped in here. And my boy Anthony Pitlock. Yeah.
Who we got? Dia. Hey, Dia, if you're still listening, when we're done or whatever, if you get a chance, maybe tomorrow or something, I wanted to talk to you. I want to try to get her on. So
yeah, I hope you, like you said, you wanted to have her on with just you two. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it. Talk to her for a little bit. Killer Chauvin's in the building. Killer Chauvin's in the building, man. And Dia, just what's she right here?
Dia, Others Inc. Well, hold on, let me get down.
Let's say this is
the backlash I predicted would happen. Correct. The industry is upset because their Halo dead stories didn't derail Xbox before the developers direct. Now they're trying to get ahead of E3. Dude, you know what, man? See,
I believe her.
See, shit right there.
I believe her, dude.
Hey, she's 100% correct. And that's what my boy and Ramo and I talk about. They trying to get ahead of the game. But I just want you guys to pay attention to people. One thing they taught us in school, if you're in marketing, you have to listen to what people say. So listen to all of these YouTubers that talked all this shit. Now, when they get their ass to E3, I don't want them to say shit about Xbox because they're not there. They're a ghost. So, okay. So y'all talk about all this other shit. Don't mention what goes on across the street because E3 ain't Microsoft isn't there. So don't even say nothing about it. That's some fraud ass shit right there. So don't say nothing when you get there. But yeah, man. But I was glad Post Up didn't fall for it, and I think he was pretty much the only one that didn't fall for that okie doke. And what 100 Sega Man, a 52 fake out?
Yeah.
53 fake out or some shit. Yeah.
And it's amazing how, you know what, Zink, you always, 100 and Miss Dia here, always defend Halo. We always got to defend Halo. And they never, ever, ever, it seems like they always talk about Halo more than any of other of our games. More than any of other of our games, man, because it's just it's the Halo effect. You know what I mean? They want to, they want to just bash it constantly on Halo. Since Halo Infinite came out, they did it for a while with Halo 5, but it got really, really toxic and bad with Halo Infinite, man. And they just going on and on about Halo, bro. They cannot keep Halo out of their mouth, man.
And it never ever stops. I want to say this before I lose it. Mr. Kima said at 9:59, he said there was a diehard game store in Japan where
Yeah.
I bought my
Yeah.
mag and Neo Geo games. And you know what it was? That's how we found out about Streets of Rage. Somebody told us about this magazine, and they had a lot of stuff from Japan in this magazine. And my boy and I got a road trip, man, and went on up to Die Hard. It was a Die Hard game store in Arlington Heights, Illinois, or just above Arlington Heights. And we bought that magazine and came on home
Yeah.
just for a magazine. Okay, we didn't get a game that day. We just went up there for a damn magazine. You know, bought two of them and left.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool too. They had a lot of nice stuff in there. I'll take it, Zinc.
hmm and you know, here's one of our boys being an asshole, Ramo. He says, "Other Zinc, tell them how Xbox needs to stop making billion-dollar franchises. It's not productive or profitable." So you want to discontinue Halo? You want to give
Right,
it to
right.
Ed, you want to give it to what's my boy's name, that the Respawn guy? What's his name? He just took over Battlefield. He made damn, I'm forgetting this stuff. But
I don't know his name, Zinc.
you know, he left Call of Duty, went to EA. He made Apex. Before Apex, he made
the brothers in the chat might know. I
oh
can't.
yeah, I know they know. They'll say it after a while. But you know, was it Vince Zampella? They want to give it to him now, you know, and he got games to make. But you know, if Vince is so great, then why didn't his game surpass Halo, that first one that he made when with the Xbox? Apex did. Apex is doing great now, you know,
Yeah.
but that's a cartoon game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cartoon game just like Fortnite, you know. So, you know, and I'm not stomping on Vince Zampella. I'm not stomping on Ed either. People want to give Halo to Ed. I think there's one guy in the chat I didn't hear either one of us say.
Which one?
That jumped in here.
Anthony Chipmunk?
No, we shouted him out. Retro Fusion Gaming.
Yeah, Retro Fusion Gaming's in the building.
Yeah. So anyway, man, you know, but nobody is consistent with their jargon. You know, no one's consistent. You know, because we should be trying to help out Uncharted. You know, they discontinue in that game because, like Ramo said, it's not a billion-dollar franchise. That shit ain't making nobody any damn money.
Nope, it's not.
You know,
hey, Zink, what is Peltrex? I don't remember Edge magazine. Which one is Edge?
Shit, Edge magazine was beautiful. It was a larger magazine. I think it came from the UK. I'm not sure. T-Bot may know, but we used to buy Edge magazine.
Maybe it is UK.
Hey, Sega Man, that magazine was $8.95.
I think I remember it. Yeah, it was an expensive magazine.
Yeah, that bitch was expensive. We used to go to Borders or Barnes and Noble, and we'd buy one of those $3 candy bars and sit there and read the magazine. You know, sometimes we buy the Edge magazine, but you know, sometimes because there was so many video game magazines, we'd just sit there and read them. You know, eat a candy bar and get the hell up out of there.
Yeah. I think I remember that. I do. I think I remember that because when I used to go into certain bookstores, like what was it, Barnes Noble, all these places, sometimes they would have the UK magazines in there, and they were the most expensive. They were like $10.
You damn right, they were really expensive. Now I think we only have a Borders now. Barnes and Noble closed down with the e-books and all of those things. It took them out of the way. I just saw that. Let's see what Tool Man said.
Do you know why Halo? What Halo is always?
Yeah. Do you know why Halo is always in people's mouths? Because the games and lore are so great, and most of the haters were Xbox people before, but have jumped ship. And here's why it's always in their mouth, because it's a lightning rod. They know if they talk about Halo, if they dog Halo, they get all of the Sony fans in there, and all of the media hates them. So it's their biggest show. It's just the people's biggest show, dude. Every time, and nobody knows shit. No, or they'll withhold information like Ryan McCaffrey loves to. All these YouTubers know 70% of 343 is original Bungie. They know that.
Mm-hmm.
And get this one. Now they trying to make it seem like Max Hoberman didn't do work for 343 since 2007. Okay, and everybody is jocking Certain Affinity, which Max Hoberman heads. His team was the one that made the Master Chief Collection.
Uh-huh.
Nobody likes to say that, but I know it was them. And it came, the online was messed up, but the single player was on, and I had to prove that. Somebody said, no, the single player was messed up also. It was ruined, blah, blah, blah. It was ruined. And I gave the guy my gamer tag, and they did this live on show. One of the panel members looked up my gamer tag, and they said, Other Zinc is right. He beat every version of the Master Chief Collection within a month.
Yeah,
and
man.
I beat that whole collection, single player, inside of a month, back to back to back, and totally shut that dude up because he said it was broken. It was not broken. He said,
Hey, you think the
Yeah.
Master Chief Collection, bro? I have to admit, I have to say this. To me, in my opinion, the Master Chief Collection is better than anything right now, in my opinion, that's over on Sony.
It do. Look, okay.
Anything.
They hated on the Master Chief Collection, but the Uncharted Collection release, why didn't they hate on that? Because they took the entire multiplayer out. They took it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
They took it out. And then like Dia Answers too, man, 55, people perceive Halo to be Xbox's weakness. How can that be?
Yeah.
How can a cash cow be a weakness? And Phil Spencer illustrates this. How can a $5.5 billion franchise be a weakness? They are using it to tarnish Xbox's reputation. They 100% are. They totally tarnish within the internet. And I'm gonna tell you how small the internet is in a second. They totally tarnished the Xbox, the Halo Infinite's launch. Now everybody thinks that the launch was terrible. Then Dia goes on to say, however, since there are now changes within leadership, those people need new narratives. And they do need new narratives.
Yeah.
It's the same people, but no one talks about all of the people that have left Naughty Dog, all of the people that have left God of War. And you could see all of these people that left because they used to work for an Xbox studio or currently working at an Xbox studio. And then everyone gets all of their information from one dude, Patrick Ring. One disgruntled dude.
Yeah.
Okay. He holds all of Jason Schreier's information. Man, they could get out of here with their shit. And they even compared Halo to Mario, Thelma that Flip Money called.
Yeah, how the hell can you do that, bro? I heard that. How the hell you
heard that shit?
Want to compare Mario to Master Chief, bro?
And dude, it's no.
Really?
Let's say Mario always innovates. I'm like, how? I mean, that Mario 3D was awesome. Mario 3 was awesome.
Yeah.
But dude, it's only so much you could do with that cartoon game.
Right. You give credit where credit's due.
And Mario is dope, but we outgrew that.
Yeah.
If a few older people play it, I'm not saying it's not bad, but dude, you have not made the innovations that Halo has made over 24 years. You haven't.
Nope.
I
mean, I give it its credit, and it's for nostalgia reasons. Somebody might go back and pick up and play Super Mario World or the old school one, but I mean, it is what it is today.
But don't say it has more innovation than Halo, dude. Don't say that shit.
It doesn't. It doesn't. That's a slap in the face to say something like that, bro. You know what I mean?
And Killers Heaven 82 says, let's be honest, Xbox has Master Chief as a mascot. Nintendo has Mario.
Yeah, where's that at? Yeah.
It's at 10:09 a.m. Nintendo has Mario as a mascot. PlayStation has what's their mascot? Sega, man.
Well, PlayStation, their mascot used to be Crash Bandicoot in a way. Back in the day, I thought it was
their mascot, because Sega had Sonic, PlayStation had Crash, Nintendo had Mario.
Right.
So why is IGN not running an article on how did they lose Crash Bandicoot to Microsoft?
And Crash Bandicoot, if I'm correct, that's Activision, right?
It's going. It's. I think it's already on. Either it's Activision's or about to be.
Is it Activision? Because it used to be
could.
Naughty Dog, right?
It used to be not. Naughty Dog created it, and
It's
now
it's Activision's now, right? Or am I wrong,
I
guys?
think so. It could be, but that's about to go. Yeah, Kratos. No, not Astrobot. Dia said Astrobot. We go. You know what? Astrobot is the PlayStation's mascot.
Yeah, yeah, dear. That's a good
Yeah,
yeah. You might as well say
it is
yeah.
Activision.
You might as well say that Astrobot is there. And then Dia said yes, Activision.
Activision.
So, I knew I was kind of on. I know because back in the days, back in the days with the days of Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1, it was under Naughty Dog, and that was their mascot back in the day because they owned. Did they always own Naughty Dog?
Not no. They bought them. Sony bought Naughty Dog.
So was it? So back in the day, damn, I have to look it up now. Back in the day, was it Activision, Naughty Dog together?
No, I don't think so. I think Naughty Dog was independent.
And I think what's it called had a hand in it too. Universal.
Yeah, said no. Yeah.
Universal Studios.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but Dia said no, it wasn't Activision Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog was just by themselves, and Sony eventually bought them.
Okay.
I was going to say something about this. And Killers Heaven said, people, did you hear that the FTC will lose the Activision Blizzard case against Microsoft? Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will. Of course they will.
And he said, I can care less about the Activision Blizzard deal, but the outcry of PlayStation will be hilarious. It absolutely will.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I tell you, man, I love the Activision deal. I'm glad you brought that up because it made me think of something else. But if we were in school today, we'd study this every single day.
Rain, your Rain's crazy. He said PlayStation's mascot is IGN.
Yeah, IGN and Astrobot.
You're crazy, Rain. But you know what? It's the truth. It's the truth, man. In a way, it's the truth, man. He ain't doing nothing but saying the truth, bro.
It's either that or Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And here's Ramo with his bullshit again. He said, I'm still looking for Mark Cerny to ask him about his mascot, that robot dude, Knack.
Knack, yeah.
Knack and Astrobot are the PlayStation mascots. Knack that shit. Let me see. He said something.
What Rain say? Sony fans has PlayStation's bad.
What did he say? Oh, he says Sony fans have PlayStation bed sheets as wallpaper and wallpaper. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about
something Rambo said.
No, it was Killers. He said something about the Blizzard case.
Oh, you want me to go back to it?
No, you don't have to. FTC.
Okay.
It was something I was going to say about. That's what I was going to say. Hey, man, you know how people are saying everything is going to Unreal Engine.
Yeah, right? They're saying Halo is. Is Halo going to do that?
Okay. So, and they said it's too hard when you get people to help out on Slipspace Engine, they just don't know it because it's an in-house engine. All the Slipspace Engine is a severely advanced BLAM engine that Destiny also uses and that Halo originated on. If a university in the United States of America is not studying an engine that's 24 years old, get away from that institution, okay? Because it ain't nothing but stupid people that are professors at those institutions if you're not studying such an engine that's 24 years old. Furthermore, Sony got help. And they use that piece of shit in their in-house engine. What's the name of that garbage? Um,
Um,
the Decima engine.
yeah.
Okay, so who's fluid in Decima garbage? Open world with nothing going on in it. Sega man, ain't shit going on in them Sony games. You have an open world
No, yeah, it's boring.
ain't shit going on, dude. It's nothing going on. Like the girl of the game that just came out with that's getting killed by Hi-Fi Rush. What's that Sony game that just came out?
Oh, oh man, I just said it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? I just said it earlier.
Oh no, man! I'm trying to do two things at once, and I'm
forgetting
forgetting
game earlier, and you said no, that wasn't it because we were talking about.
Yeah, Sony fans are comparing it, and comparing the PC numbers, which are absolutely. And Deploy is talking about no physics. Forspoken, thanks, dear.
That's it. That's it, dear. Forspoken.
Dear is on her game tonight. Hey, and it is whenever we on, it is a night game. It's 7 p.m. This is prime time. Hide the women and children because we talking shit up here. But Forspoken, she's running around. It ain't nothing out there, dude. It's just nothing out there. They just running, just like Aloy, just running. And then, people want to talk about how it's for everybody that say what Halo isn't, that campaign. I like for them to play that shit in the background while they talking all this stupid shit, and then transition and put Horizon Forbidden Entertainment up there and watch that gameplay.
Yeah.
You see, proof is in what you see. Because I don't see anything. I see this, like Deploy talked about them garbage ass physics. Okay, it's no physics in that game. They don't have every action doesn't have a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Every action has a reaction in Halo. If you blow up an aircraft, that aircraft can fall down and hit you and kill you.
Yep.
Isn't it funny that
like a Banshee? I had that happen to me. A Banshee fell and killed me.
It happened to me too. One of my people that I was rolling around with, this one of the Marines, this lady shot it out of the air with a sniper rifle. A piece of it hit me and I died.
Oh,
that shit don't happen in Horizon Forbidden Entertainment. Killer's Heaven, let's see what he's talking about. Isn't it funny that Hi-Fi Rush scored higher scores than Forspoken, aka Forgotten?
Well, they're salty about that.
They are pissed. A $30 game which has shadow dropped kill. I'm glad he wrote this. They killed a $70 game with big marketing. Hey, you know what? I'm so glad he said this. Because everybody is talking about this shadow dropping thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say this live, but after I write this and send this directly to Phil Spencer and his team, I'm gonna send this shit. But I would do this all of the time. And it's a way to market up to it and lead your way into it. They're doing it right now with Redfall. I put a game in short words. I put a game for download. For pre-download.
Yeah.
That game is coming out March 2nd. Then if they're going to do something for Sega Man, Unlimited Production, Hebot.
Whoa! What'd you do? You put down money on what?
If Redfall does something for Sega Man, Hebot, and Unlimited Production, and have a hard copy collector's edition, then they should say, "Hey, you could pre-order this, right?"
Yeah.
In another month, and then have a director show and talk about the show. Xbox Developers Direct with Redfall, and then after you promoted the game by download, having a pre-download, then for Sega Man, Hebot, and Unlimited Production, have a collector's edition with a hard copy, okay, for the collectors out there, and then have a Developers Direct, and at the end of the Direct, do exactly what they did to Hi-Fi Rush and drop the fucking game without giving shit to everybody at Metacritic, because now their back is against the wall. Because you see, like Dio talked about earlier, people, YouTubers are getting ahead of it. Media is getting ahead of it, so they're starting to hate early. They're starting to hate early on Redfall now. Now the criticism is, and I particularly don't like it either, but Sony fans are jumping out the window because it requires a consistent online connection to play Redfall single player.
Yeah.
But nobody had a fallout when Gran Turismo 7 is online only. It's
of course not, man. Oh, of course not.
Nobody cared, Jack. But like right now, I believe there are people playing Starfield.
Yeah.
That's what I would do to Starfield. I'd have a pre-download now or whenever.
Yeah.
Then I'd send out collector's editions to Unlimited Production, Sega Man, and Hebot for the collectors. Then have a show and then say, hey guys, this game is available tonight. And the reason I say that, of course, it's not going to happen with everything, but the reason I say that, it's a defense mechanism against Jason Schreier, Ryan McCaffrey, Jeff Grubb, Jez Gordon, and everybody that wants to hate on Microsoft whenever they feel like it, because Microsoft ain't shit. So, but Gogol Poe just jumped in the house,
Well, Zinc, man, I hope and pray soon that we get a release date for Forza, because I'm gonna definitely pre-order that.
Hey, dude, the only thing that I like is with the date is that's the week I'm taking off. or at least I could do my work prior to that and clear your schedule, and then jump at it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Deploy just jumped in here and said with his shit, said facts, Xbox has so many games they can shut, I guess we're gonna say shadow drop and shut down the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Here's the thing. Listen to this. All these YouTubers are complaining about Xbox and how to fix Xbox, and it's a smoke screen. Because once all of the smoke clears, they don't have shit to say about Sony because they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. It's nothing to talk about. So the only thing to talk about is what Xbox isn't doing. And, yeah, Gogol, we talked about that earlier, that nobody's talking about the PSVR 2. And just like I said, smoke screen, misdirection. That's even better. Yeah, that's football stuff there. Let's hit them with this misdirection. Yeah, we're gonna go right, but we really running the play left.
Hey Zinc, when a game does come out for them, they talk about it for like a millisecond, and they go back to talking about our games and shit. They don't even hype their games up. They don't even talk about them.
I guess they did that with God of War too. I guess you could only squeeze through a crack in a wall so many times and work on this puzzle game that's supposed to be an action game so many times before it's over. And Dia says, I wish Xbox would have shadow dropped Pentiment, perhaps doing Age of Empires. I'm gonna play that tonight. That would have been great for both games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but man, I tell you, dude, it's always something. Let me see. It was another comment I wanted to look at here. There it is. Paltrax strikes again. Paltrax over here at 10:25 a.m. says, how about all the insert Xbox game here is in trouble?
Man, I can't keep up.
Oh man, I missed some and go down and go back.
I can't keep up.
But
the chat's on fire, brother. What did say? I wish Xbox would have shown drop. Oh, Pentiment. Yeah, that would have been
cool. The shadow drop Pentiment. And above that, let me see. Paltrax, he said, how about all of the internet, the insert Xbox game here in trouble articles? Every Xbox game that's coming out is in development hell or in some kind of trouble or some kind of shit. All of them. And you know what?
Thank you, Dia.
I looked at that Redfall game. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, Dia. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Dia, man, when I was listening to her on Unlimited Show, man, she was spitting all the facts and knowledge like crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she liked that. Well, I can't wait for y'all two to get on.
Yeah, she was on point. Yeah, I want to interview the first lady of chat, Miss Dia, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna do it.
Make sure she talks some of this shit about these games.
Oh yeah,
she's loaded. And here's Ramo with his bullshit again. He says PSVR 2 equals Sony plus dead. Dude, these jokers trying to masquerade that they don't have their pre-sales filled. All they were trying to do is get rid of 2 million units. And just think about it. You have 2 million units that you can't get rid of. So who's going to buy your damn games?
Yeah.
And you know, people are so stupid. Maybe people have finally gotten tired of every time you have a PSVR machine, the games don't carry over.
Isn't that crazy? All that money you spend, you can't even carry your games over?
Don't even carry your game over. They're not backwards compatible.
That's crazy.
It's the most ridiculous thing on record, Sega, man.
It's an epic fail, man. That's an epic fail, bro. How much is it again? $699?
Man, that thing is $650 with the game. I think it's Unlimited's favorite game, Horizon Forbidden. You know?
Bruh, that's a fail. You know, like the Oculus Quest is 10 times better than that and 10 times cheaper than that.
Right.
There's no way I would do it. There's no way. If I wanted to get into VR, Zink, I would go the way of the Oculus if I wanted to get into VR, bro.
Mm-hmm. And you just left Deployed. That was a good one, too. Nobody is playing God of War, Horizon, but we're still playing Halo and Forza.
That's right.
And you know.
And Gears.
And Gears, you know, because we didn't have shit in 2019 when Gears got snubbed and should have been a part of the award show. Hey, but I hope an Xbox game never gets nominated. Even this game that's out now, Hi-Fi Rush. I hope Jeff Keighley remains consistent and never put an Xbox game up there because they don't need it. They don't need it. D over here says Xbox is the only company these days that guarantees gaming news without a question. Without Xbox, these people would have nothing to talk about. No, they don't. Sony's news is boring and Nintendo is non-existent most of the time. And they are. And it is. They have to have an Xbox is dead or the one that rocks everything is Halo. Now Forza ain't shit because the game may come out in the fall.
Yeah.
You know, and with what Halo is doing, what Forza is doing is something no game today is doing. Zero, none. So if a game is coming out that hardcore like that, let's see what they do. I don't care what you take your time. And even with that, Forza Motorsport 7 is still playable.
Oh yeah, I still play it today.
Same.
Hey man, let's jump real quick to our brother, Mr. Graphigon. How are you, sir? He said PlayStation 5 plus PSVR 2, $1,500 in Canada.
Yeah, buddy.
$1,500, bro. Hell no.
Unlimited went off on that, and I thought I was gonna be talking forever, but Unlimited just grabbed that and just smacked it out of the park, dude, and just left no room for anything. He wore that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Deploy says the Oculus is wireless.
Yep. That's another thing, Zink. It's cheaper, it's wireless, and it's more advanced, and you're going to pay less. You're going to pay less for it. So if I was to get 100 is a proven factor of this. He has it. I mean, it's just better. It's wireless. There's no wires. You don't have to worry about tripping over and breaking your neck. You know what I mean?
Dying, fall into the TV.
Right, fall into the TV because you can't see, but you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And at that price, to be honest with you, that shit should be wireless, bro.
hmm And you know, where's everybody at? Like 2 Man 55 over here talking. Um, it is a massive fail to not be backwards compatible.
It is. It
Where
is.
where's the YouTube police at on that?
That is so sad that you got a next gen console that's supposed to be powerful and do all this and that, and you can't even do backwards compatibility right. You want to keep charging people for your old games you put in there if you already have the game? Nah, man. No.
Yeah, man, it's so many things going on this week, dude, and it's so much misinformation, and like I think it was Paltrek said, misdirection. You know, Sony
Yeah.
over here massively failing in your face. You have Uncharted and The Last of Us. The leader of Naughty Dog said, "We are not making this game anymore." And what do you hear the next morning when the sun come up? Halo ain't shit. Halo is in trouble. I don't believe this. The series should go away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as their show came out, what did they do? Attack Halo. Oh, it's way better than the Halo show. It's way better. It's
Sure
a way
did.
better show. Man, man.
Attacked it to death. And you have a show that's so successful, yet you stop making the game. Your leader came out and said, "We're not doing Uncharted or The Last of Us unless we have a compelling story to do The Last of Us in." You know, so they don't even have anything started yet. So that's telling you what if they did do something, it's 5 years away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw PlayStation release that sizzle reel like they all do with the same shit on there that they already sold. And then somebody see one picture that they don't recognize, and then they imagine all of these possibilities and shit.
Yeah.
Yet
Yeah.
Halo ain't shit. And this game for 14 months has been in the top 20.
Yeah.
Think about that. You know, it's YouTubers, and I don't even want to say this one YouTuber because he pissed me off. I deleted his ass. I mean, Control Alt deleted. I mean, erased his podcast from existence. But this dude, within like the first 3 months of Halo, spent like $2,400 on microtransactions. He was just buying everything in the store.
Man.
But that's what a lot of people did. You know,
Yeah.
so people, you spend that kind of money, and then Rand jumps out the window and says nobody is playing Halo and references PC. Let me tell you something, guys. The PC has never been a barometer of console gaming success ever. Because when you put something on a PC, after they finish playing it, they're going to go back to Counter-Strike. They're going to go right back to Counter-Strike, League of Legends, World of Warcraft. They're going right back to those same old games. Once they experience, they're going to turn around and go right back to whatever it was they were doing. That's how they do. And one joker even tried to say Counter-Strike was better than Halo.
What?
Counter-Strike is a piece of shit.
Really? That shit is garbage, dude. I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, back in the day, it was. I mean, that's nothing compared to Halo. Nothing.
Hey, some jackass on another show yesterday, and people in this chat know his name, said Splitgate. The people that made Splitgate should do Halo.
Yeah.
And one of the rebels in the chat was like, Splitgate, and he laughed his ass off. That game is shit, dude. Fuck out of here. Splitgate. Shut the fuck up. And then the rebel in the chat said, "There's a reason that game isn't made anymore. You know, you want to give that studio Halo." Man, shut the fuck up. Fuck out of here, man. These stupid ass jokers make me sick.
Yeah, you're right, Graphic God. There's no reason Sony couldn't make it wireless. It can play high and PC VR games on only my Oculus Quest, my Oculus 2. They could have made it wireless.
Listen to Graphics God over here stating the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the guys in the chat. This is just a good post by Graphics God. You know, I mean, just
chat's on fire.
Sega man, listen to these people in this chat. They're stating things that are normal today. You know,
I love the chat,
if you
bro.
have something, move it forward.
Love the chat, brother. Yeah.
You know, Xbox so ain't shit, Sega man. They made a wireless controller that worked on the Xbox One. Guess what? You could use that same damn controller on the Xbox series of consoles.
Yeah.
You
Can you
know,
do that with PlayStation?
man, you can't do shit over there.
Oh.
You know?
What's this brother say? I'm still hyped for Halo Infinite Season 3.
Hey, dude, no kidding, right? See there, we haven't. This is a new guy too. I haven't seen him before.
Me either.
The-
Thanks for coming, though.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks for showing up. The Pip
Thank you.
Luck 99, and he brings another interesting point. Whenever Halo does something great, it's praised right there, right? And
Mhm.
then the media waits a second, and then it ain't shit again. You know, because that last drop they had with Forge was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and they even put things in that was supposed to come out months from now, and you know, you let a little time go, and everybody hates it again, and it's doom and gloom all over again, like nothing ever happened. You know, just like Halo Infinite won Consumer Game of the Year award. And what happens? A couple of weeks later, we hear about Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, and and Halo is ain't shit again. You know.
The chat is on fire, bro. They're on fire, man.
Hey, Gogo Poe is over here starting some shit. He ain't shit either. Listen to Gogo Poe.
Yeah.
10:38 a.m. No Uncharted or The Last of Us. That Sony trying to tell their fans they're going into another direction.
Yeah.
They're going into the movie business. And just like E-Rock was talking on either our last show or show before last,
Uh-huh.
you know, and I always tell my boy Ram this, a company can tell you their direction by their investments.
Yep. Yep.
What has Sony invested in? I don't see shit. Even you look at their games last year, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, Gran Turismo 7, God of War. Somebody step up to the plate and tell me how different God of War Ragnarok is than God of War 2018. It is straight DLC. You have static backgrounds, nothing. You're doing the puzzle. Even the fights are exactly the same. The choreography is the same. They showed this shit on one of the videos, the Thor boss fight and that other God's boss fight in 2018. They mirror each other. You know, I mean, there's nothing new going on in that damn game. But yeah, you know, that's right. They showing these jokers they going in a different direction, and these clowns don't see it.
They need to make money somehow, right, Zink?
They say that again?
They need to make money somehow, right?
Absolutely. That's where you get these studios remaking games all damn
It
day.
ain't in game software, I know that.
No. You know, they putting it in cars, and it's the car software they're working with Honda on. And then had the car on the stage, and nobody tripped about it. But Ford to bring a dope ass Porsche out on stage and you tripping, that's one of the reasons I only gave the the Xbox show a 9.5. It was all due to Forza. One, I didn't see Dan Greenwald. Two, I didn't have a release date. And three, they didn't put a car on stage.
Yep.
So, but that only cost them 0.5. It was still a 9.5. I might raise that bitch back up to a 9.9.
Hey, Zink, have they ever shadow dropped a new IP? No.
The only game that was shadow dropped that I remember was Apex. And I remember that day it happened because IGN was hating on it, but people had it in their hands and that shit blew up. And I couldn't hate on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Couldn't hate on it.
Sony has never, I mean, they're not showing nothing. Microsoft, Xbox are always showing something, bruh.
Yeah, they are.
Always, but yet we have no games and we need to do better and we don't have enough AAAs and benign and neglect. They want to be buying. They're just, you know, they just trying to make up every little thing on where it ain't over yet. Something else will come out.
Two great comments in a row. And Killer's Heaven, he's at it again. He says, just for the record, and this is how we think. At least this is how me and my boy Ramo think. He says, just for the record, I will never ever support Square Enix in any shape, or form again. They skipped the Xbox platform too many times.
Yeah.
Agreed 100%. Dude, if you're not showing, it's like my kids, dude, if you're not going to show my kids even, and I don't even want you to show them favor, just show them some opportunity. If you can't, why would I come back to you if you're not showing me any opportunity at all? Any opportunity to see if we're going to buy your game or not. That's some horse shit, dude. You know, that's something that I just don't support things like that. And also people that don't put their best foot forward when it comes to making an Xbox game. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that means if you do work on my house, you're gonna do work on my neighbor's house better than you do work on my house. Oh, you can't be trusted. You do that roof better than my roof. Why are my shingles crooked? You know, that house looks perfect. What's wrong with my house? You know, these jokers, man, they can't be trusted. I wouldn't deal with these people.
Man, the chat's on fire, brother.
Yeah, Dia's at it again. You know, Xbox.
I gotta catch up.
10:42 a.m. Xbox Series console RDNA 2 velocity architecture frames per second boost quick resume auto HDR backwards compatibility.
Yep.
Dolby Vision.
Come, Dia.
What does the PS5 offer? Hey, dude.
Come home, girl. Hell yeah.
Hey, I mean, you know what? You need to snapshot this and bring this shit up when she gets on the show with you.
Yeah.
Because that right there is somebody that know what the hell they talking about. Of course, everybody on this page know this, but that's something to elaborate, to say again, because I could pick that apart and we could do an hour on that. And the games that illustrate this, like and hold on, let me see. I think I caught her in a lie. I hope I caught her in a lie because she just hold on. Let me go back to this again. Hey, no, that wasn't Dia. That was Deploy. That was Deploy. That my bad. That was Deploy 619. Well, I caught his ass in a lie. Hey, check this out. You know what Deploy left out?
What's that?
Cloud technology.
Yep.
Because Gears, that's why I play it so much. Even Cloud Tech is in there because Horde mode, the enemy AI is controlled by the cloud. That's why it's so wicked. It's some new shit happened in there last night that I played, you know, that I hadn't seen before. They're constantly updating that game. Deploy almost had a perfect post, but left out Cloud Tech. You know, and that's also where we know that the Forza gets their drivatars from.
Yep.
And now they're trying to hype up Gran Turismo because they say, well, we're doing something like that. It ain't in the game, chump. You know, with that stupid ass AI you got over there. Yeah, man, but that's a hell of a post by Deploy. That was unbelievable. That was great.
Instead of doing something like that, how about creating your own shit and stop copying? How about that?
Yeah. How about putting some new car? They did put an update in there, and they released a 2021 car. It was right before, it was like November, December they did, and that's the first 2021 car. That's the first updated car they had since a 2018 Camaro at the beginning of a game that released in 2022. How about that shit? It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, Toolman. So just imagine 2023. Yeah, the Xbox drops Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Starfield, Hellblade 2, not including the recent Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, and you know, even if Hellblade 2 doesn't come, that's still a formidable lineup, dude. You know, because you still have those games that's in there like Age of Empires. Now, I'm not an RTS guy, but what made me an RTS guy was Halo Wars. Because I never played an RTS game until Halo Wars 1, and I actually had to rent it twice before I said, I know what I'm doing. Then beat that on Legendary, then Halo Wars 2 dropped. I beat that shit on Legendary and played it for hours, dude. So I'm definitely giving Age of Empires a try today. But yeah, that's right too, man.
And it's good to see that on there because it's always been a PC game, and it's good that console players get to play that and have that experience.
And you remember I told you guys when I get a TV or a stereo, I always call two of my boys. I'll call Ramo or Zink Griffin. And
Yeah.
I know my stuff, but they know it better. Okay. And when we were talking about how Sony is going in a different direction, Ram jumps in here with his shit again. He says Sony just showed 6 new ES home theater receivers.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Dude, they going over there. Okay. They going over there and they going with a TV with these movies that they have. They already had Uncharted. Now they doing The Last of Us that they're not making a game to anymore. That they boss said that, but the internet isn't jumping out the window about it.
They said Uncharted. They said that was a terrible show.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I think my boy saw it. I asked him how it was, but it didn't tear the box office up. I know that Gogo Poe jumps back in. He said they seem to assume, correct? Everybody, they tend to assume everybody dislikes Xbox. It's weird. Like 20 million Xbox Series consoles sold in 2 years was nothing. Laugh out loud. Or 30 plus million Game Pass subs doesn't mean much. It's crazy logic. And logic is actually a college course. It amazes me how bad the logic is of some of these YouTubers.
Yep.
I mean, they should have taken that so they wouldn't sound so damn ridiculous. And they do act like I'm glad he said that. Here, listen to this. Here's the thing. Like YouTubers and the video game media, it represents less than 4% of the buying public. And here's your proof. Now, that's something that I know just from, you know, we did a lot of things, a lot of polls. It's so much that goes into it, but it's a learned behavior. But anyway, it's less than 4% of the buying public. Think about it this way. You guys remember back in the day when everybody in the media was hating that Call of Duty came out every year? Remember that?
Yeah.
And they said it's the same old game. Well, Call of Duty just kept on going. And it's one of the top 5 games on the planet consistently all of the time. Okay. So forget what the media is talking about. And then like everybody, here's how I'm so glad Gogo brought that up, because here's how great Halo is. Everybody fucking hates it, right?
Yep.
You would believe everyone hates Halo and nobody is playing it, but yet it sits in the top 20 for 14 months. Everybody hated the Halo movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell is it the top movie on Paramount Plus?
Right.
Why did it beat The Last of Us when HBO have more subscribers than Paramount Plus?
Ain't that crazy?
It's insane, but yet everybody hates Halo. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You listen to any podcast, Halo ain't shit, but yet it's doing all of these crazy ass numbers, right? So, dude, it just goes to show you. I mean, that logic is insane. I wish they would. I wish they would say that to a college professor. It's like, oh, Halo ain't shit, really? The studio is a failure, really? And you know that other kid on across the way said, Halo's been in the top 14 for over a calendar year, professor. And then they look back at the kid that said Halo is dead, and it's like, get the fuck out of my classroom. That's all he say. Get the fuck out of here. You don't need to be over here doing higher learning. Get your dumb ass out of here.
Halo's definitely not dead, and it's not going to be.
No, super dummies.
No, it's not going to go anywhere. Their games have gone to the wayside. You don't hear nothing about a lot of their games.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't. They keep making remakes and.
Mm-hmm. And here's your boy, I Speak Truth.
Yeah.
Nah, don't think Halo's tarnishing Xbox's image. No matter what Xbox does, it's going to get crapped on, still be third place to others, you know, and no matter what Xbox does, and we talked about that at the top of the show, no matter what Phil Spencer says, they're going to turn around and say the exact opposite, and the whole internet believes it. Xbox got to win popularity, which look sometimes impossible. And you know that right there, it has to win popularity. That's like what does Hebot not? I say Hebot says perception, and I say mind share. It's perception and mind share. But the thing is, to win popularity, that don't pay the bills.
Nope,
To
not
win
at all.
to win perception, you're perceived to be great, but when, like that other kid on the other side of the classroom, Professor Halo has been in the top 20 for over a calendar year, and then that's a fact. But the perception is that the other student said Halo is dead, and that professor said, "You get the fuck out of my classroom." Okay, you know, but see, that's when you can't, you just can't make shit up when the facts say otherwise. You just can't. That's why Phil Spencer said that. He was like, dude, why are we gonna get rid of a game that's worth $5.5 billion? You don't do that. Then Satya would say, hey, Phil, come to my office and bring your notebook. And you know what that means? You're fired. It's like, oh, you want to get rid of Halo? Isn't that thing worth $5.5 billion, Philip? That's when he'll call him Philip. It's like, okay, how you gonna make this up, Philip? How you gonna reproduce this kind of income? You know?
And Zink, people forget about another thing. They forget about, people love this game, and there's still some people out there playing it. Halo Wars. Dude,
Halo Wars is such a great game. And then, I listened to one podcast. I think it was that the Insane Clown Posse that's known as IGN said that they can't believe that Atriox is such a good character. I can't believe he's going away now.
Yeah.
Hey, dumbass, who at Microsoft told you that? And then Paris jumps in there with his infinite stupidity.
I cannot stand that dude, man. I can't stand that dude.
He is a piece of shit. And I'll tell you what, and then he jumps in there talking about Halo and where they should go. And I'm like, they did that.
Tell him where to go.
Ain't it? Every time he said something, I said they did that. Every time he talked about the Halo lore, I said they did that. Every time.
Yeah.
And you know, people want to talk about Halo 4. Bruh, they brought us the Forerunners that was discussed. They brought out the Forerunners that was discussed 15 years prior.
Yeah.
They finally made a game and put the Didact in there.
Yeah. Yeah. The Didact, yeah.
And it took them 14 years to do it. And not your best friend, Sega Man. He ain't in here, is he? Not Sega Man. What's the Tuckmaster? He ain't in here, is he?
No.
Tuckmaster. He loves Destin Legary. That's his favorite guy. Okay. Destin jumps out the window and says, what did Destin talk about? It was true to it. Just watched it. Destin jumped out the window talking about I lost my thought just that quick. But it was, Destin talked about something that Halo was already doing also. And here's the thing, he had one of the greatest Xbox YouTubers, a guy that Dr. Vaca and I learned a lot of stuff from, had him on to explain to him the Halo universe. And Destin still didn't know what the hell was going on.
He never does.
He never does, dude. He never does, man. But, you know, they were all on there in unison, dogging this game out, talking about where it needed to go, you know, and it was somber. It was like it was a funeral. And here,
I wish I would have been on there. I would have said, well, where does Sony need to go?
Hey, there you go. Starting shit again. Just like your chat. Your chat starts shit, you start shit. That's where
Sony need to go, man. You know?
Here's where Sony needs to go. They need to go get Hayes. Because you remember Hayes was, I remember
that.
Hayes was the original Halo killer. Where's that game?
Yeah.
Killzone.
Dead and buried.
Killzone, a Halo killer. Where's that?
Dead and buried.
That. E-Rock's favorite game. What's that game that Insomniac made?
Resistance.
Resistance.
Dead and buried.
Gone.
And I beat those 3 games too.
I did too.
Hey, Zink, what you keep saying to yourself? I was playing a game, I was like, man, this is definitely a Gears ripoff, bro. This is definitely a Gears rip. I kept saying in all the games, I said, man, this is definitely a Gears ripoff, man.
And you know, it was kind of a mix. They tried to mix some Halo in there because the little Chimera people was kind of like the you know.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
had that one hard ass Warthog truck with no shocks in it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so your back hurt driving that hard ass bitch around, you know. But yeah, man, you know, those 3 games gone. You know,
David, thanks for coming, brother. I agree with you, man. He said Hi-Fi Rush is making people forget about Forspoken.
definitely. And I think
Thank you, David.
we have a podcast coming up, Exile Podcast, E-Rock.
Yeah.
I think it's this Sunday.
Is there an Unlimited Truth tonight?
I don't know. Well, Unlimited, no. All he have to give me is 5 minutes. And
Actually, there he is. I said, look, I said, is there an Unlimited Truth tonight? And Unlimited popped right in. What's up, Sega Man and Zinc?
yeah. Well, dude, if E-Rock has a show coming up, we'll be on there this Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern.
What's up, Unlimited?
It's going to be pushed back. But hey, Unlimited, is there an Unlimited Truth this week? And I just said that
he said
about
no Unlimited Truth this week.
Okay. Who was the guy that said that? David. I think, was it David?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Hi-Fi Rush on Sunday. I'm glad he brought that up.
And you know what, Zinc, with our brother Unlimited in the chat, just him talking about Hi-Fi Rush and all that, I got more into it this morning. I've been playing it off and on, and it is a really, really fun, fantastic game. They hit it out of the ballpark with Hi-Fi Rush. They really have, dude. And people can be neglect about the game all they want. They can say what they want, but the facts are out there. Hi-Fi Rush is just killing it right now. It's a fantastic game. I mean, just like High on Life, Hi-Fi Rush is a banger, like they say, and it's hitting it out of the park. It is. It's hitting it out of the park, man.
Right. And before I get to Gogol, I wanted to go back up here to David. Yeah, David Cohen.
David?
Yeah. I hope Unlimited will be on Sunday because you will hear a lot about Hi-Fi Rush. And
David.
You went through the damn game. So you're going to hear about it then. We'll talk about that. And I'm glad the game did well. And, you know, I have to be like your chat, Sega Man. Your chat ain't shit. I ain't shit either. So, hey, I'm just here for the carnage of that game. I'm glad it was Shadow Drop. I'm glad that Phil Spencer took the weapon out of the media's hands so they couldn't hate on that game. Because if they would have got their grubby paws on that game, they would have hated on that shit. And the whole internet would be against it, and the game would be a colossal failure, just like that extremely money-making, money-printing Halo Infinite is a failure. But yet that shit print money on a daily basis. So I'm glad you brought that up, David. Way to jump in the show.
And another thing that Xbox in 2023 has been hitting out of the park. It's a new IP and it's different. Just like High on Life, it is different. It's a fresh new game. And you don't see Sony bringing out any fresh new ideas or any fresh new games. They just keep bringing out copycat games and copying what Microsoft and Xbox is doing. That's just facts. They keep doing that, man.
Mm-hmm. And remaking games and Gogol Poe.
Remaking games.
Yep. And Gogol Poe jumped back in. And this one got me too, because I thought I just heard about Atomic Heart until I saw it a couple weeks ago. I was like, damn, this game might be pretty good. But anyway, Gogol Poe jumps back in here at 11:02 a.m. Did you see the last story trailer for Atomic Heart? Man, oh man.
Yeah.
That could be another game of the year.
Yeah. I can't wait to play that, Zinc. Oh my God, bro. It kind of reminds me of BioShock.
Mm-hmm. If it plays as good as it looked. Supposed to be 60 frames per second on Series X. Hey man, I saw that shit and I was like, damn, this looks like a badass game. I will be all over that game.
Me too.
That's me. I'm a shooter like that. I'll be all over that.
Unlimited said, I'm almost at the end of Hi-Fi Rush. If I wasn't so busy this week, I'll be done with it. It's an incredible game. And Unlimited, you're right. It is. It's incredible. It is a fantastic game. And it's also catching the kiddies' eye. See, that's the thing. Mm-hmm. It's not just catching the adult gamers, because there is adult gamers that are playing it, but it's also the kids. The kids, like, it's gravitating to the kids too, that type of game. It's a new, it's colorful. It's a new type of a game. It got like really silly humor in it. And I'm telling you, it's catching the younger teenagers that play the games too. It's catching their eye, man. It's an eye catcher, bro, and it's making them come in. And that's what Microsoft's good at doing with Game Pass, and it's succeeding.
Yeah,
it's only going to get better.
Yes. Why? Hey, speaking of that, I can't even call her your girl because that's too bad of an insult. But the chick.
The cave lady Vilma.
No, not Vilma.
Oh,
the cave chick that did the article, the Ryan McCaffrey twin. She even made a reference like Game Pass wasn't making any money, and Phil said, "You must be stupid, right?"
Can you believe I can't believe she said that, man. I couldn't. It was hard to watch that interview.
It was Sega, man. It was very difficult. That's what I was telling my boy Ram. It's very difficult to watch that. And Deploy, I heard this dude. Deploy is a great addition to the squad, dude. Of Xbox
definitely
people.
Deploy, yeah. Killer Shaman, all these brothers, definitely.
I mean, Xbox people that's not falling for the okie doke, dude.
Nope.
And he said he's almost through with his second playthrough of High on of the game that we were talking about.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. And you know, and I know Unlimited to get there, but Unlimited was going off in that game the day it dropped.
Yeah, I know.
The day it dropped. He had me watching this shit. I had work to do. And Unlimited is over here playing this game. I'm listening to all this shit. I'm like, damn, I had to get some shit done for the morning. Right?
Unlimited is Xbox advertiser. It's Unlimited.
Yeah, man. I'm trying
definitely is Unlimited.
Some work done, and Unlimited is talking about this game. It was right after the show, dude. Everybody turned that game on, man.
That's what I'm talking about. He hyped it up a lot too. I'm telling you, man, he's their advertisement, man. We are actually Unlimited, and the guys that like the certain new games they bring out, we're their advertisement. We're word of mouth stretches real long, bro. It really does.
That's what it was meant to be, Sega, man. When you shadow drop something, when you put a surprise attack on something. Hey, I was speaking of surprise attack. I was telling my boy I watched this. Of course, we all know about it, but I watched, and I've seen it several times, but the documentary on Normandy, on the war, and how we use deceptive tactics and training and sacrifice to make that happen in France. It was amazing. And I even saw a few new things that they used over there. And as I was watching this, I saw how, you know, things that they use in the military filter all the way down to us in toys, but we don't know its origin. And simple things they were saying, I'm like, we had this as a toy, you know, and the genius of what's in war, how it just comes all the way down to a consumer product, you know, it's amazing. But that I learned a lot of new things about that war, you know, and I saw how it's filtered into business. And I wish I would have known these things in college, because I definitely would have used it in my writings. But it was a lot to be said about that, about the show I watched.
And then what did David said? I'm staying sub to my Game Pass Ultimate subscription, and PS Plus has no what did it say?
No sub.
No sub. Also,
mm-hmm.
Games are free on Game Pass, and Game Pass Ultimate and the Series X optimized, but Sony charges for games.
Correct, dude. And nobody. It's the
Dave. You're right, bro. You're right, Dave. They do.
It's the biggest thing. A new game comes. Just think about it, dude. Starfield is coming in the Game Pass. Oh, I'm glad David said that. That reminded me of how this happens. You could shadow drop it. Yeah. Is it going to cost Starfield going to be $70? Yeah. But if you have $15, you could try it out.
Yeah.
For a month, along with 300 other games or 400 other games. You could try it out for $15. Okay. So it's something that's doable to shadow drop. Now, you couldn't shadow drop a game that wasn't in Game Pass, I don't believe, because, you know, you drop a game on a Tuesday, people look, yo, I don't have $70 for that today, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have money for that. And, you know, it doesn't.
There's a lot of people, Zink, that don't. That's why Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass is hitting it out of the park because, look, we're in a recession right now. I don't know if people want to really realize that, but we're in a recession right now. Nobody's really going out and honestly buying any games right now, man. So Ultimate Game Pass is actually the ticket if you got an Xbox or a phone or a PC or whatever. I mean, you're not paying that much at all. You get a $1 trial too, and then after that you can get $14.99. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win, man. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
You can enjoy gaming without breaking the bank, right, Zink?
Right. And here's the only barrier to shadow dropping. You cut out your retailers. That's the only barrier. And as a business major, I can't not point that out because the chat will say, hey, Zink, you some bullshit. We were learning something, but you didn't tell us the bad part of shadow dropping. Now, if you cut out a major retailer like Walmart, that's not a good thing. You know, it's not too good to cut them out. So that's the only barrier to something like that. The only way to accommodate Walmart or something like that is they would say if they did shadow drop it, you could buy this on the Xbox store if you want it, or you could buy it from Walmart. You could buy it from GameStop right now on their site, and that'll mitigate the difference of cutting out your retailers. So yeah, that's the only downfall. And I'm glad Deploy brought this out. Deploy is back, 11:08 a.m. He says, God of War sold 11 million copies across a generation game with 150 plus thousand PlayStations out there. I think that's small. Hey, let's talk about that, Deploy. You could not buy a PlayStation 5 to this day without having God of War attached to it. And I'm going to tell you how those sneaky bastard PlayStation operated. They withheld PlayStations for like 2 months. They only trickled out. And then when God of War was ready to release, every single PlayStation has God of War in it. And those count towards God of War sales. You can't buy a PlayStation. I saw a PlayStation. I was in the store up here called Meijer.
Yeah.
It was a PS5 sitting there in the case. I got close to it. Sure enough, God of War was in the game, in the console. You cannot without it. So the 11 million copies, dude, that's deceptive as hell.
Yes, it is. Well, Zink, man, I got to get ready for work, brother.
Yeah, man. Good, man. I'm glad I had a chance to jump on.
I'm glad you came on and came on with me, bro. It was good. And we had Hebot for a minute, which was awesome.
Yep. Chat was super, man. Your chat was incredible today.
Man, the chat was on fire. We even got a new brother in here. David, another new brother that came in and joined us, man. Thanks for coming, man. I hope you come back and check out our other channels that we're on, like The Unlimited Truth. We got next the Exile Podcast with my brother E-Rock, Don King of Xbox, man. And come and check all of us out, man.
And I think we shouted everybody out. We even had a pony in here. Fahim Scott, he ain't slick.
Did we have a pony in here?
Yeah, Fahim Scott is a pony. He's I think that's what is his name?
Fahim Scott.
I think Fahim Scott is either Christopher Hart or Christopher Hart's brother.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he ain't slick, dude. These jokers can't.
Oh, I didn't even know that, man. He got me. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Was he in the chat?
Yeah, he was way up at the top, and I wanted to make sure it was him. Yes, Fahim Scott. Fahim Scott. Yeah.
Oh, he was way at the top.
Yeah, he a mega pony. Yeah, but go ahead and go
that's
to
100.
work.
That's hundreds. That's hundreds. he loved being in hundreds chat.
Yeah, they don't have shit to do. Their number one game is Twitter.
I know. I know. We had Retro Fusion in here. He I think that dude's busy, but at least he came in. Channel everybody. Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony Chipmunk. Awesome, man. Well, guys, hey, big shouts out to all y'all, man. The chat was on fire. Thanks for coming and hanging out with your boy Sega Man and other Zinc, man. And I try to do this once a week if I ain't busy. See what's going on out here in the gaming community. You know what I mean? Out here in the Xbox community, preferably. But hey, guys, thank you for joining us, man. Me and Zeke are gonna get out of here. Your boy Sega Man got to go put in his grind. Got to go to work, man. Weekend's coming up, so look forward to our podcast, our other podcast, the Exile Podcast, on Sunday with our brother, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, man. And always check out all our channels. He bought what we got next. Our brother Unlimited with the Unlimited Truth. And big shouts out to Dia, the first lady of chat.
I was just about to say that. I hope
to have her on soon. Very soon.
I hope you could get a show with you and her.
Yeah, I want to definitely
fall back and kick back and listen. Hang out with my boys in the chat. All right, man. Good show.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life, brothers. We don't die. We multiply. Peace, man. And remember, baby, we're always eating good over here. Peace.